In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use some tools to get set up to programmatically access Google Compute Engine instances. You might remember from previous demos that one way that you can create and work with instances is through the web console, and you can see that when we start here we have no instances. I'm advocating that in addition to working with this console, we also work with the terminal window, and I've shown that in a previous demo. You might remember gcutil is the command line tool that once you have configured, you can use this to work with instances. So I'm going to show you the interaction between the gcutil console and the web console as a precursor to setting up programmatic access. So I'm going to start by running gcutil. And after I type in the add instance and give a name for my instance, then I have to select the zone. So I'm going to select United States. And then I have to select an image. So I'm going to select one of the smaller ones. And as this instance spins up, you'll be able to see the interaction between gcutil and the console, which I think is helpful in understanding before you work with this programmatically. So now I'm going to go over to the console while this is working and refresh it. And you'll see that my instance is there. It's showing my operations. And if I wanted to say gcutil get instance my test, it would return that information. Now, in addition to working with these two tools, another tool that I recommend that you take a look at as you're getting into working with GC instances programmatically is Google's API Explorer. And you can see here it's under developers.google.com, and then you go into the Google Compute Engine API. And this gives you not only a view that you can see all the different ways you can work with your instances programmatically, but you can actually drill in and work with them. So in order to use the console, just like a lot of the other tools, you have to turn on OAuth. So I'm gonna turn on OAuth here, and I'm going to say OK to the various scopes, authorize, and allow access. So now it's on. So now if I want all the different actions that are available, I can, for example, list the disk resources. Again, because I want to see this work, I'm just going to go in and see if it's the project name or the project number. I probably should have looked that up, but I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. Let me just check into the online browser. And I'm going to look at the zone US Central A. Okay, so let me copy that and make sure to remove any of my spaces there and see if I can get something back. And there I'm getting back my response, and you can see that that's my particular, in this case, my persistent disk. So if I go back over here to the console, you can see that I have a persistent disk. So it just gives you a little bit of a feel for working with the API Explorer, and it's just a tool that I have found to be useful when I'm learning to work programmatically with all the resources in the Google Cloud.